And Justin back on the front row. He races.
Hello, my petrol-headed friends. Welcome back to the channel. And tonight's event is not petrol-powered. Tonight, we're running on alcohol. 900 horsepower naturally aspirated V8s, 100 miles an hour, sideways in the dirt. It's the Kentucky Sprint Nationals with high limits on Kentucky Petrolhead. Check it out. Here we go. So for every sprint car race, there's some essential kit that you're going to want to have. First of all, some kind of glasses, safety glasses, sunglasses, although the races usually run into the dark, so you're going to want something clear. But these races, when they first start on the track, they're flinging chunks of mud pretty far, especially if you're close to the stands. Some kind of ear protection. Maybe you don't care, but I've gotten to the point where I'm starting to go deaf because I didn't wear it soon enough. So these are shooting muffs that you can turn on so you can still hear someone talk and not damage your ears. I've got some Vortex binoculars here that I really like. These are, I forget, 12 by 50s, and these work great. And this is probably the most important thing. This is a fold-up, blow-up seat cushion so your butt doesn't hurt sitting on those metal stands all night long, or cold stands. So I bought this for the Indy 500, and it would have been miserable that whole day without it. I'll put links in the description for these items on Amazon if you're interested and you want to support the channel. But let's go see some racing. We got the merch area over here. Let's see what we can find. I don't think I have a high limit shirt. I'm gonna have to get one tonight. Getting that old Kentucky clay worked in. Looks like my other hometown track showed up here. We got Florence Speedway, which I grew up right next to. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. I can't wait to see these babies out here on this track. That is a nice trailer.
I don't know about you guys, but I've always thought that wing sprint cars are the meanest looking race cars out there with that big old wing pointed down on the top. I love them. It's so much fun.
Get her cleaned up.
You got Tyler Courtney's car here with his beautiful NOS energy drink livery. We got Brad Sweet's car here. You can see he's got his engine heater going down there, keeping the engine warm for practice. For you Batman fans out there, fun little fact, the rear tires from a sprint car are what they used on the front of the Batmobile and the Christian.
Getting it all cleaned up.
Rig here.
School bus for the late model.
Nice. I wish I could get some Hoosier racing tires for my Mini Cooper. That'd be awesome. One fun thing about sprint car racing is you get to meet the drivers. That was Tyler doing autographs. We got Brad Sweet getting buckled up. Here's Kasey Kahne getting ready to go out on the track. And actually, a lot of NASCAR drivers start driving sprint cars. Like Jeff Gordon was driving sprint cars. He even raced at my home track at Lawrenceburg when he was 14, and they had to debate whether they were even going to let him on the track. Now, if you've never been to a sprint car race, sprint cars actually do not have clutches in them or different gears. You've got one gear and they don't have a starter, so you have to push start them, and if you need to change the gearing for various tracks, you just change out the whole rear end on them. Makes them as light as possible. It's essentially a 900 horsepower go-kart with downforce.
91 degrees today, so I got me a snow cone. Gotta have something.
6 cars going to be hitting the racetrack here for their practice session. We have 5 groups of 6, meaning we have 30 cars in the pit area here tonight.
So with sprint cars, you run hot laps, which is like your practice time, And then you'll have qualifying where you'll run 2 laps, and those will determine where you start. And then you have small heat races where the top so many finishers of the heat race will move on to the what's called the A main, which is the final and big race. And those are usually longer, like 30 laps, whereas the heat races tend to have less laps. One of the best things about sprint car racing is the noise. Listen to this.
So we just finished hot laps, and most of these guys have never been to this track before, so they were all trying to make adjustments, some bigger tires on some of the guys, a little bit of gear changes, getting ready for their first night at Florence Speedway. Only 2 of them have been here before, and as you can hear behind me, they're already starting qualifying, so I gotta get back in there after I get my snow cone.
Quick time, and that will line them up 4th for our first heat race of.
It looks like Rico Abreu has got the fastest lap. Check out the rest of the stats on the High Limits website. It'll tell you who's all lining up. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we're about to start some modified or super late model hot laps out here.
Then suddenly I thought Bond villains were arriving and ultralights to do something crazy, but he just flew off.
Race cars out now. There's the.
It turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous night for a sprint car race, which was fortunate because the second night was canceled due to thunderstorms. Looks like they're getting the track prepped here, getting ready for the A main and bent with their tractor with the fancy twisty tines, which is new. I don't recall ever seeing that. When you're in the pit, you always got to watch out, make sure you don't get run over.
What do you think about the track?
It's pretty good.
Yeah?
It's pretty fun, actually.
Yeah? This is the ever important fuel check here. You do it with a stick. Universal sprint car fuel check.
For a minute there, I thought the engine was blowing, but eventually the smoke cleared out and he was able to finish the race, but it didn't look good there for a little bit. One thing that sprint cars are known for, since they're open wheels, is if you accidentally bump another car like that and you get up on the wheels, it throws you up in the air. And they also have a tendency to go flipping through the air, which we saw this night as well. But it looks like we got some front wing damage here, and a right rear flat on the number 17, and then I think there's front wing damage on that one. But here we line them up again, take off. One of the things I love about sprint car racing are the passing methods, like the coming in on the inside and then slide on past and slide out to the outside and try to get momentum carrying out. But then you got to watch out because the guy that's got the inside line can cut back in and get you. So they'll pass almost every lap sometimes, and that's just makes it super exciting. Slide or die, baby, slide or die. Sprint car racing is also the only racing I know of besides drag racing where you might see a race car do a wheelie. You just saw it in the right side corner there. The guy was getting the front wheels off the ground. But sometimes if they're really pulling hard, they'll do wheelies the whole way down the front straight.
Checking out the track. Can't tell who that is. I don't have my glasses on. You tell me out there, internet. Oh, what do we got here? Debris. Look at the cushion.
That number 5 car there and the main race for the late models was awesome. And about 6-7 laps to go, he got a flat tire. They fixed the flat tire, and of course he started at the back of the pack. And if he'd have had one more lap, he'd have been out front. He finished in second place, right on the tail of the leader, after coming up all the way from the back after the restart. The fastest chicken, Chase Randall, in the green number 9 there, he led most of his heat race, but then he got a flat towards the end. They did get him back on the track, but he didn't get back up to the front. However, he did go on to win the B main. And here we go for the A main with Brad Sweet and Rico Abreu on the front row here, and Brad Sweet pretty much just walked away from it right from the beginning. Rico did get past him, but then there was a caution and a red flag, and after that Brad Sweet just ran away with it. So here we go with the flip of the race. We got Danny and Bobby got into it here and ended up on the roof and pretty well tearing up the 24. They lost the wing, the front wing, a lot of the front end. Not a fun night for them, but they're both okay, thankfully. I think Bobby was a little frustrated.
Whatever had taken place down there. Those two drivers running back in the 21st and 22nd position at the time of the incident. And Davey Sams is out of the car. Looks like him and Bobby are having some words there. And now go their separate ways. So both drivers out of the car walking around down there. So that is good to see.
Here we go, restart. It's still Brad Sweet and Rico up front. We got another car upside down here. Unfortunately, I missed most of the wreck, but we got the 3 cars involved. We got Spencer Baston upside down here, and his car's pretty well torn up here.
Jason Myers Racing 14 of Spencer Baston, the car that was upside down, rolling down the backstretch. And that is going to negate the pass for Rico Abreu. That will put him back to second. And will set us up for a single file restart when the green flag does come back out. But Baston is the car that got upside down. There was 2 other cars that got involved in that. Sterling Kling and 37 Bryce Norris, and trying to avoid the incident was Will Armitage. He actually went into the pit area in the infield. Spencer Baston is out of the car. Spencer Baston's out of the car on the backstretch. He is walking around talking with safety officials. There is the crew chief of the car, Shane Bowers.
Now our pal Spencer here, he was not too happy with the situation. Watch this. Throws the pit bike. Let's have some words with my fist.
You can see there's damage to the outside right side panel.
I love how the crew comes running up, and they're like, yeah, they're fighting. I'm just going to put some fuel in and check the wing. I'm not going to help him.
Transpired off the second corner. We do not know what happened in Baston's. The frustrations have boiled over. It has not been the season that those guys were hoping for here in 2025. And
get back on your pit bike, Spencer.
Boiling over here as we do see.
Oh, we got another problem here. The quickest chicken, Randall, found out afterwards he was having issues with it staying in gear. Something going on with the gearing on it.
So the DJ of the night. This is the second time we've seen him stop here this evening. The first was on his qualifying run during Capital Cup.
More problems for the quickest chicken here. He spun it out, but managed to keep it going, do a little donut, and not get hit, and get back on pace. Oh, Caleb Henry, something's going on. Did he get into the wall? He's got a flat going there. I didn't get to see what happened. Looks like they're doing a complete teardown of Spencer Baston's car here after going upside down.
The winning car right there. At the inaugural Kentucky Sprint Nationals, the first race.
I'm with Brad Sweet, who won the inaugural Florence Speedway Kentucky Sprint Nationals. How was it?
Yeah, it was good. We had a lot of fun learning the new racetrack.
Yeah.
This place is a lot of fun, so
good.
Thanks for coming out, and we'll try again tomorrow.
All right, hope to see you next year.
Thanks, bud.
Rico Abreu was out here chilling with some fans after the race as they get the cars ready to pack up for the next day. There's some more parts from Spencer's car. I got the rear end out of it. I think one of the fans took off with the front wing because it was ruined. You can see the side protection bars there are all smashed up. And then the front axle here was torn to bits, brakes ripped off of it.
That's it for night one of the Kentucky Sprint Nationals. We'll be back here tomorrow night as everybody's tearing down the cars and doing repairs and getting set up for tomorrow. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more petrol-powered content from the great state of Kentucky.